Yeah. I'm him signing in on y'all, man. Yo, Chicago, let's talk, man. Let's talk, Chicago. Man, every time I look at, I look at a video, uh, dealing with Chicago, it's always Chicago's guys always talking about, don't come to Chicago, such and such. Hey, you come to Chicago, you gonna get killed. Hey, don't you banned from Chicago, this and that. Why y'all always talking about killing another black man? No, it's just sad to see. And like I say, what I want to say today and what I want to do today is I want to excuse all the niggas in Chicago that does killing and robbing and gang violence and all kind of violence. The thing of it is that you people see this you see Chicago going wild, killing people. And these people that's killing people, you know what? I say it's not their fault. All you Chicago guys that run wild and do all this killing and stuff, it's not your fault. Actually, you innocent. Now, one probably saying, where am I going with this? Where am I going with this is that if your no good mama had you out in a gang infested area, she had you out in an area where you grow up, have to kill or be killed. She had you out in an area where, it's a lot of, you gotta kill. It's like, how is that your fault that you growed up doing what you was born, or where you was hatched out at? You growed up doing what you growed up doing. I mean, it's just like your mama had you out. You're an innocent child. Your mama know that this area that she hatching you out in is a bad area. Your mama know when she hatch you out, you gonna grow up and be in a gang. Your mama knew this because she had you out in a gang infested area. Your life, your mama just took your life from you. Your mama took that away from you. She didn't care enough about you to let you have your own life. You see, you growing up, maybe being a doctor, she took that from you. You growing up being a teacher, she took that from you. You growing up being a lawyer, she took that from you. You growing up being the next president of the United States, she took that from you. All that she took from you. And how she took it from you, she chose to have you in a gutter area. When she knew what that area was like before she had you in it. She knew by having you in that area what your life was going to be. She knew what you was going to grow up and do. That's kill other black people. She knew that because you don't have a choice if you born into that area. If you growed up in that area doing what the area do, kill other blacks, why you going to do the same thing? But see, if she wanted anything better for you, like I said, I did one video on this, but if your mama wanted anything better for you, she would have moved away and had you in a better area. Moved to another city where there ain't no violence at. And had you and let you grow up and maybe be a football, basketball player. But no, she didn't care nothing about you. All she cared about is herself. And like I say, you go ask her, Mama, why did you have me in this area? Why did you take my life from me? Why did you hatch me out in this gang infested area? Why did you hatch me out in this area where I grew up having to have to kill or be killed? Well, I didn't have no money. I was a single mama. Okay, if you was all that, then why did you let yourself get pregnant? There's no excuses for you. Because see, the health department, they give you birth control pill free. They'll give you birth control stuff to keep you from getting pregnant. They give you that free. They give you condoms all day long free. But no, you don't have an excuse, Mom. And if you couldn't, why didn't you, if you just too lazy to go to the health department, then why didn't you just keep your legs closed in? See, you had plenty of options. And like I say, these gang members, these blacks killing blacks, these guys, they didn't ask to come here. They mama brought them here by laying on her back unprotected and knowing that you don't have a place to raise your child up at. You don't have a place to raise your child, but you're going to dump him out anyway. And as soon as your child get locked up in jail or get busted, that child mind go revert back. That guy mind revert. I mean, he could be a grown man, but his mind revert back to a child. First thing he holler, call my mama, man. You in the backseat of the police car. You been out here killing folks. And the first thing you holler, hey, call my mama, man. Call my mama. That's cause your mind done reverted back to a child when they put them handcuffs on you. Reality hits you then. And like I say, you go back to the first one who causing you to be in this situation, which is your mama, who had you out in this situation. And like I say, your mama don't care nothing about you. All she gonna do is get on the phone and put on a fake persona. They got you for what? Murder. Oh, not my baby. Oh, no, 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 no. Whoa, not my baby. Oh, not my baby. That's it. Oh, no. Don't take him. Don't take my baby. Don't take my baby, y'all. As soon as she got off the phone with you, she called her homegirl. As soon as she hang that phone up with you, she called her homegirl or her friend. They got him, girl. What? Yeah, got him. Got him for what? Got him for murder. Didn't I tell you? Yeah, he been out here killing these folks. I told you they're going to get him, didn't I? I told you they're going to get him. Shoot, yeah. I'm finna go get me a bottle of wine and kick my foot up. And probably tomorrow I'm going to go in there and clean his room out. And I'm probably going to turn that into me a den or something. Because I got a table I can put in there. And I said, I know some stuff. I got some stuff in that other room I can put on the wall in there. You see what I'm saying? But she, just a couple minutes ago, she putting on this big act. Like she care about you being locked up. No, not my baby. Oh, no, no. Oh, I'm finna pass out. All alone. She the one causing you to be in this situation. Because she had you out in an area where you were gonna grow up and be this area. Be what you are. If you raised up doing something, I mean, you really don't have a choice because that's what you was raised up doing. You know, when a child is growing up, the teaching of that child is very important. The steering wheel of where you want that child to go, you have to turn the steering wheel as to where you want that child to go when it's growing up in life. You turn, if that child is going to the right, you turn that steering wheel to the left if the right is dangerous. But in the area that you have these gang areas, they ain't but one way they can go. Ain't no steering wheel to the left, ain't no steering wheel to the right. It's just one direction. You're gonna grow up and be a gangster if you hatched out in this area. You're gonna grow up and be killing other black people if you hatched out in this area. You see, but that's your mama knew this before you was born. See, you didn't ask to do this. You grow up, now you killing other black people. That's all you know. That's what you were raised up to do. That's what you were raised up to do because of the area that you got hatched out in. Your mama knew this before she hatched you out. But like I say, if, any of you guys in Chicago, you see this video, if I were you, man, and your mama's still alive, why don't you go out and say, Mama, why did you take my life from me? Why did you hatch me out in this area where I have to grow up killing people? Where I have to grow up people trying to kill me? Where I have to grow up being in a gang? Where I have to grow up, I can't live a normal life. I can't just go to the store by myself or the ops might catch me and shoot me up. I can't just take a girl to the movies and a dinner. The ops might catch me and shoot me up. I can't even take my kids to the park by myself or the ops might catch me and shoot me up. What kind of life is that you gave me, Mama? Do you call that a life? I can't even do none of this. So all I can do is stand in the cut with my boys and throw up gang signs and smoke weed. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. And if we're going to go to a restaurant, McDonald's or something, you know, we got to take about 10 of us got to go with guns. What kind of life is that? If I were you guys in the gangs, like I say, it ain't y'all fault, man. It's your mama's fault. Honestly, y'all innocent because y'all didn't ask to come here. But your mama brought you here. And she should have knew better than to hatch you out because she've already seen this happen over and over. She's seen women before her hatch out babies in these areas and their child grow up and be gangsters, grow up to be killers, grow up to have to run and look over your shoulder every 5 minutes. She have seen other people hatch out babies and what they baby had to grow up doing. So why she gonna come along and hatch you out in that same area and have you running for your life every day? Have you killing blacks, have you going to prison for the rest of your life? I mean, that is totally sad if you think about it. Like I say, everybody talk about killers, everybody talk about gangsters, but what you don't understand, killers and gangsters, they didn't ask to come here. This thing had to start somewhere. These no good mamas. And like I say, after the kid do all this stuff and get locked up, they want to say, oh, well, I did the best I can raising him. And no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Because let me stop you right there. No, the best you can would have not to have your child in that type of area. Oh, well, I didn't have no mom. I'm a single mom. Well, you shouldn't have ran the daddy off. You shouldn't have ran the daddy off. However, that you can stay with the daddy long enough to get pregnant, but as soon as you get pregnant, all of a sudden the daddy gone. Well, why the daddy didn't go? I mean, whatever you did to keep the daddy before you got pregnant, why you couldn't do that when you got pregnant? Because I'm pretty sure whatever the reason that the daddy left, that same reason he was doing before you got pregnant, but you knew what to do to keep him. So why couldn't you do what you did to keep him when you got pregnant? But like I say, these guys, man, that's doing the killing out there in Chicago, like I say, it's not their fault. And like I say, a lot of people blame them, and you look at them for what they done. You look at them for killing people. You look bad. You look down on these guys for killing people. You look down on them for being in gangs or whatever. But at the end of the day, have anybody ever thought these guys that doing all this killing, they didn't ask to come here? So honestly, they innocent. They only doing what they was raised up to do. If you take a child and a child raised up to kill, that's what it's going to do. You have a child, that child raised up to kill black people, that's what it's going to do. I mean, like I say, if you hatch a child out in that area, that's just it. Like I say, the only way to stop this curse is that these no good mothers is going to have to stop hatching out kids in these bad areas. If you get pregnant, you need to move away. Don't have your child in a bad area where your child had to grow up and be in a gang, or your child had to grow up killing other black people, blacks killing blacks. Because when you had your child out in the area doing that, that's all that child knows is to kill another black man. That's what he raised up to do. And like I say, when you had your child out, you don't raise that child, the streets raise that child. And when the street raised that child, whatever going on in that area, in that street, that's what that child gonna do. If the streets, you have that child in that area, that's where they blacks killing blacks, blacks at, that's what your child gonna do. And this happens over and over and over. This is why the black race have a bad curse. And the only way this curse is going to be stopped is you no good women are gonna have to stop it. Stop having your kids in these bad areas. Stop having your kids in the area where that child is going to have to grow up and kill other black people because that's all he know to do, because he's raised up to do that. But see, you mothers got the key to that. I say, I done gave you people the key. I done gave you the recipe. You know, who going to meet me halfway and say, you know what, man, you know, we need to do something about this. We need to talk to these mothers. Because like I say, you mothers is the key to all this stuff. Stop hatching out kids in a bad area. If you can't afford to move away, then keep your legs closed. You need to think about a child being had in a bad area. You need to think about a child that you taking his life from him or her by not giving him a chance to grow up and be a doctor, lawyer, president, or rocket scientist. You took all that away from that child. Say, before you get pregnant, you need to stop it. Put a stop to it. to yourself before you get pregnant. Just say, you know what? I'm going to protect myself. We'll have sex, but I'm going to protect myself and not get pregnant. But for you to lay on your back and get pregnant, that's a sorry, no good woman. And you know you don't have nowhere to raise your child. And I call it that. You don't have nowhere to raise your child. Because if you're going to have your child out in a bad area, a gang-infested area, an area where blacks killing blacks, that means you don't have nowhere to have a child at. So therefore, keep your legs closed. If you can't keep your legs closed, get you something to protect yourself so you don't get pregnant. So as you see, you don't have no excuses. But I'm him, signing out.